All right, ready for some serious inspiration today. We're gonna dive into this excerpt from En route to the Sunrise Saloon. Catch your wave.
Get your wave, yeah.
It's by Jonathan Kaye, and
Quite a wild one.
it's all about his journey learning to surf
Yeah.
in his late 40s,
Like 40s and then,
and then competing, oh my gosh, in his early 50s.
early 50s.
So yeah, this is
Buckle up.
buckle up.
Yeah.
Hold on to your boards.
This is more than just a midlife crisis kind of story, though.
Right.
It's really fascinating how Kay kind of weaves in these themes of learning and resilience and pushing boundaries at any age.
At any age, yeah. Like how many of us have thought about picking up something totally new later in life?
Right.
And maybe something that's a little intimidating, and he just goes for it.
He does. He dives right in, head
He
first.
does, yeah.
And he even compares surfing to making love in this excerpt,
He does, yeah.
which kind of sets the stage for this passionate, transformative experience he's going to take us on.
Absolutely, yeah. It's definitely, I mean, he's not holding back.
No.
And I think that's what makes this deep dive so great for our listeners, because it's really about tapping into that inner learner in all of us.
Totally.
That part of us that just craves new experiences and new knowledge.
Yeah.
Regardless of age.
It really does. And he wakes up one morning and just decides, it's time to surf.
That's it. Like, boom.
It's that spontaneity,
Yeah.
leap of faith.
Leap of faith, that willingness to just jump in.
Yeah.
But I have to ask, was there ever a point where you thought, okay, maybe this guy's a little too spontaneous? I mean, he's in his late 40s, getting tossed around by these waves, feeling like the ocean has it out for him, like a vendetta.
Right. He describes it vividly, and there's definitely humor in his struggles.
Oh, yeah.
But I think what's more compelling is the grit that he displays. I mean, surfing every single day for 3 years,
Yeah.
even in the winter. That's commitment. That's a testament to the power of perseverance.
It really is. Yeah. And this is where I thought it got interesting. His friend Ted actually sells him the surfboard
Yeah.
instead of just giving it to him.
Interesting, yeah.
I thought that was a little odd at first. What do you make of that?
Well, I mean, at first you think, what? Come on, Ted, help a brother out. But it's actually a really smart psychological nudge, I think, you know? By investing in that surfboard,
Yeah.
Kay's subconsciously strengthening his own commitment. Like he's saying, okay, I'm serious about this. I'm putting my money where my mouth is.
Right.
So,
It's more than just owning a piece of equipment. Yeah. It's like solidifying his intention to really see this thing through.
right. And I think that's a great reminder for all of us, you know. Sometimes we have to make that tangible investment in something, whether it's buying that course, that piece of equipment, or even just dedicating a specific time slot. It helps us unlock that deeper level of commitment.
It's like that mental shift.
Yeah.
So after all the tumbles and ice cream headaches, finally, KK paddles past those breaking waves, and you know what he finds?
What's he find?
Peace. Calm.
He finds the zone.
It's almost like he enters this magical realm.
I know. I love that description. It's
Yeah.
like he stumbles upon this hidden oasis of tranquility amidst all the chaos of the waves. And it really speaks to that thing that we often lose sight of in our busy lives. You know, that power of being present in the moment.
It's that mindfulness piece, right?
Exactly. Letting go of all that noise and just connecting with that raw, natural energy of the ocean.
Raw, yeah.
And then, of course, comes the moment we've all been waiting for. He catches his first real wave.
He does.
And he describes this feeling of stoke, you know, just pure exhilaration, like he's riding on sunshine.
It's like all that hard work, dedication is just physically paying off.
Right. But there's also a neurological component to it, right? Achieving a challenging goal, like riding a wave for the first time, triggers a flood of dopamine in the brain.
Oh,
It's our brain's way of rewarding us. you
yeah.
know, reinforcing that sense of accomplishment.
Oh, wow. So he not only feels amazing physically, but his brain is just like showering him with happy chemicals.
Happy chemicals. Yeah, exactly.
No wonder he's hooked.
No wonder.
This is just the beginning of his journey.
Oh, yeah. He's just getting started.
He gets this taste of the thrill, riding the waves, and then, oh boy, then he sets his sights on something even bigger, even more daunting. He decides to enter a surfing competition.
I know.
The Masters Surf Reunion in the Dominican Republic.
Dominican
Now,
Republic.
at 52 years old.
At 52, can you imagine?
Whoa, hold on. He's going from wiping out on beginner waves to competing against seasoned surfers
I know.
in the Dominican Republic.
It's a massive leap.
That's a pretty massive leap, even for someone as driven as Kay.
Right.
What was he thinking?
Well, I think that's what's so incredible about this story. He's not content with just conquering the basics. He's looking for those new challenges,
Yeah.
pushing himself further outside of his comfort zone. And remember, this competition, it's not just a casual beach hangout.
Oh, no, no.
Most of these competitors are locals,
Mm-hmm.
They've been surfing this break since they were kids.
Yeah, he's going up
And up
against
against the
pros on their home turf. I'd be
Yeah.
terrified.
Oh, absolutely. And Kai admits to feeling exactly that, terrified.
Yeah.
He describes being caught in this like fog of war,
Wow.
just overwhelmed by the scale of the challenge.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about fear, right?
Okay.
It's a natural human response, but it can either paralyze us or it can fuel us.
So how do we make sure it's the fuel and not the fear that takes over? Because I'm telling you, if I was in Kay's shoes,
Yeah.
I might have just turned around and booked a nice spa day instead.
You and me both. But this is where the mental game comes in. And Kay, maybe without even realizing it, he uses a few really smart strategies to manage that fear. First, he sets a really specific, achievable goal.
Okay, so what's the big goal? Win the whole competition.
No. His goal is simply to not come in last place.
Oh, okay.
Which sounds kind of funny, but it's actually incredibly smart.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
By setting a realistic, attainable goal, he's taking the pressure off. And he can just focus on making progress one step at a time.
Exactly. It's about shifting that mindset from, I have to be the best, to, I'm just going to push myself and see what I'm capable of.
That's such a valuable lesson, not even just for surfing,
Right.
but for any challenging thing.
Anything.
But even with that clear goal, I imagine, the self-doubt can creep in.
Oh, yeah.
Was he ever worried about looking like a total amateur out there?
Totally. He admits to feeling like an imposter.
Yeah.
He's surrounded by all these seasoned surfers, and he's like, do I even belong here?
Mm-hmm.
And that feeling of being an imposter,
Mm-hmm.
I think that resonates with so many people,
It does.
It doesn't matter if you're learning a new skill or starting a new job or competing in a surfing competition in another country.
Right.
It's that voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough.
You're not.
You're not experienced enough.
Right.
And that's where Kay's story takes this really interesting turn. Instead of letting those feelings cripple him, he uses them as fuel.
Wow. Okay.
He embraces the challenge, the discomfort, and ultimately the opportunity to learn and grow from it.
Okay, so he's standing on the beach, about to paddle out in his first heat.
Yeah.
What's going through his mind?
Well, picture this. He's on this longboard, which already makes him stand out because a lot of these guys are on shortboards, right? And he's paddling out into this sea of these seasoned competitors, all vying for the same waves. The pressure is palpable.
Oh, I bet. It's like David and Goliath, but with surfboards.
Exactly.
So what happens? Does he catch a wave? Does he wipe out spectacularly?
He actually manages to catch a few waves, enough to get a score on the board, but as we know, he ultimately finishes in last place.
Ouch. That's
Maybe.
gotta sting. But I have a feeling this isn't the end of the story, right?
You're right. There's still the longboard heat to come, and that's where things get really exciting. So we've got Kay fresh off his last place finish in the shortboard heat,
Right.
gearing up for the longboard competition now.
Okay.
And this is where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
You start to see these deeper layers of resilience and self-discovery kind of emerge.
I'm all ears.
Yeah.
Paint me the picture.
Right.
What's the vibe like as he heads into this longboard heat?
Well, imagine like a packed beach. The energy is buzzing with anticipation. The waves are massive,
Oh, wow.
rolling in with this almost intimidating power.
Yeah.
Kay's out there with his longboard again, kind of feeling like the odd one out
Right. Yeah.
amidst all these other seasoned longboarders.
So the pressure's still on.
Oh, yeah.
He's facing a new set of challenges, both from the environment and the competition.
Right?
How does he handle it this time?
Well, this is where I think his earlier experiences, those years of dedicated practice and battling self-doubt, really start to pay off.
Okay.
He catches a couple of decent waves early on, gets a score on the board, and kind of a sense of accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
But, time is ticking away, and he knows he needs something more.
Yeah.
Something special to really make his mark.
Okay, the suspense is killing me. Does he pull it off? Does he find that magic moment?
He does, but it's not without a twist.
Oh, okay.
So picture this Kay's out there, scanning the horizon, looking for that perfect wave.
Yeah.
He spots another competitor,
Uh,
a local surfer named Solo, paddling nearby.
okay.
And Kai decides, you know what, I'm going to be generous. I'm going to let this guy have the wave.
Ah.
It's a moment of pure sportsmanship,
Yeah.
a gesture of respect for a fellow surfer.
That's awesome.
But just as Kai's about to yield the wave,
Okay.
he notices Solo kind of paddling away, seemingly uninterested in catching it,
Huh?
and then, as if on cue,
Okay.
this monster set of waves appears on the horizon,
Oh,
the
wow.
biggest of the day.
Okay, so here's Kay, right?
Yeah.
He's caught between that instinct to be gracious
Yeah.
and this just incredible opportunity presenting itself.
Right.
What does he do?
He goes for it.
He does.
He chooses the last wave in the set, this behemoth of a wave,
Wow.
and paddles with every ounce of strength he can muster.
I can just imagine the adrenaline
Oh, yeah.
coursing through his veins.
That's a now or never moment.
Yeah.
A chance to prove to himself and everyone watching what he's capable of.
This is where he really taps into that flow state.
Yeah, this is flow state.
That magical zone where skill meets opportunity and everything clicks into place.
Right, and flow state is this almost mystical experience where you're completely absorbed in the present moment. Time seems to distort, worries and self-doubt fade away, and you're operating at your peak potential.
Yeah, it's like that feeling you get when you're working on a project or you're so engrossed in a hobby.
Yeah.
And you lose all track of time.
Yeah.
Everything just flows and you're completely immersed in the experience.
Exactly. And for Kay, this manifests as he's riding this massive wave. He describes feeling this sense of calm. Amidst all the chaos, this laser focus on what he's doing. He's not thinking about winning or losing.
Right.
He's simply present, riding that wave, one moment at a time.
What about the crowd? Are they witnessing this?
Oh, yeah. The beach erupts in cheers as Kay carves through the water,
I bet.
executing turns with this precision and grace.
Oh, I love it.
For 8 glorious seconds, he's in complete control.
8 seconds.
Riding this wave with a mastery that you wouldn't expect from someone with his level of experience.
8 seconds might not sound like a lot, but on a wave, that's huge.
It's an eternity.
Yeah.
It's enough time to really showcase your skills, connect with that energy of the wave, and really leave a lasting impression.
And it really speaks to that power of perseverance and dedication.
It does.
All those years of battling self-doubt, pushing through those challenges, honing his skills, have culminated in this moment of triumph.
Right, and all those seemingly small incremental steps lead him to this peak experience.
Yeah.
This moment where he's riding the wave of his dreams, literally.
Literally and metaphorically.
And here's what's even more fascinating.
Okay.
Kay reflects on how his previous experiences, learning to play polo, and even learning to fly,
What?
helped him during this crucial surfing competition.
Hold on. What do polo and flying have to do with surfing?
Right.
Those seem like completely different worlds.
That's what's so insightful about this, right?
Yeah.
He recognizes that the skills he developed in those seemingly disparate pursuits
Yeah.
were actually transferable to surfing.
So it's not just about the specific techniques.
Right.
It's about cultivating a broader set of skills,
Yes.
mental and physical,
Yes.
that can be applied across different domains.
Precisely polo, like surfing, demands quick decision-making balance and awareness of your surroundings.
Yeah.
Flying requires focus discipline,
Right.
the ability to remain calm under pressure.
Right.
These are all qualities that served Kay well as he was navigating the chaos of the surfing competition.
So it's like he's built this mental toolkit over the years.
He has.
Drawing on these lessons learned from such diverse experiences and
Yeah.
applying them to this new challenge.
Exactly, and it highlights a crucial point for all of us. Our experiences, even those that seem unrelated,
Yeah.
can weave together to form this tapestry of resilience, adaptability, and unexpected strength. Every experience we have, every skill we learn,
Right.
it all has the potential to inform and enhance how we approach these new challenges.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to pose a question to our listener.
Okay.
What's that one challenge you've been hesitant to embrace? That dream you've been putting off, that skill you've been wanting to learn, that adventure you've been yearning to embark on?
What's holding you back?
Yeah.
Is it fear? Is it self-doubt? Lack of time? Lack of resources? Whatever it may be, we encourage you to think about Kay's story.
Yeah.
His willingness to just dive headfirst into the unknown and ask yourself, what would happen if I just went for it?
What if you allowed yourself to embrace the challenge, push past that fear, and discover what's waiting for you on the other side?
We believe in you,
Yeah.
and we're confident that just like Kay, you have the potential to achieve amazing things,
Mm.
to learn, to grow, and to create your own incredible story.
And if you want to dive even deeper into Kaye's adventures, we highly recommend checking out his full book,
Yes,
En Route to the Sunrise Saloon.
it's a great read.
It's packed with inspiring stories and insightful reflections that'll leave you feeling motivated and ready to take on the world.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
We'll catch you next time.
Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep riding those waves of inspiration.